really we should harmonise with life itself. Like I said, we do not own the earth, so as much as we can respect the life around us, the better. So I sat there surrounded by growing sweet peas. What do? How do I feel about this? Can't see its constructiveness. So used to sell on the market again. The more you cut, the more it grows. Well, one thing you could say is, if you've got these geezers in your house, you don't need to buy air freshener, do you? An air freshener, let's face it, it's got a load of crap in it. This hasn't grown very tall, and it's called caper spurge. Usually grows a lot bigger than this. I actually took it out of our own part of garden that I use for growing food and planted it here. This is in spring again. Good for bees. They love it. This is one of the best plants you can get for honeybees. It's called borage. Here we're growing a garden peppermint spearmint cross. Now you will get things live on this, but it is quite prolific here. Lemon balm again, and this is more borage. Got a fair few borage around the garden. This is muskmallow, and amongst the fumitory, here we go, so you can see the honeybees go for that, hopefully. They love it, they absolutely love it. So does solitary bees, so does Bombus lapidaris, and hoverflies, of course. You've got a bug in there, some sort. It's this marigold. Hovers are as big pollinator as honeybees, so this predominantly attracts hoverflies, but you do get the odd bee on it. Also it attracts, if you can look at here, now I'm still to know more about grasshoppers. I've learnt more about bees and some about hoverflies. I can't pronounce Latin really as yet, but yeah, this is if I can get it right, there's a grasshopper newts there somewhere. Let's see if we can clear through. And it's one of the reasons that I keep areas that have got long grass. There's several other reasons which I'll explain later. But this part of the grass is where we sit, or where I plant things out. So what to do is ask my partner to help me just sweep over the grass before I trim it. I don't like lawnmowers this time of the year because it kills so many things. One of the things it could kill is a bee that died down here that used to be so prolific, is the Bombus pascarum, and that's because they nest sometimes in meadows, and the carder bees are getting moss. Here we go, there's Bombus lapidarius. And that weeds are really, really good. I love them. It's one of the best meadow plants you can get. The other one's oxeye daisies, which has been very hard to grow in this clay soil here. You see, and you'll find gatekeepers, meadow browns, ringlets, and speckled wood would go for this. But Bombus lapidarius, they love it. And here we got a solitary bee. I'm guessing it's an andrina of some sort. As I said, it's very hard to get enough knowledge on solitary bees. We are so behind in many ways of insects. There's 250 solitary bees in this country, and we only know a handful of them. It's pretty bad, isn't it? Okay, fleabane here was an old herbal remedy to get rid of fleas, and I tried a dilution of it once on when I had a dog. I have to say it did not work. Maybe I went too mellow on it, you know, I didn't want to put a strong solution on her, but it did not work. So maybe it will in a different concentration. Again, nipple-wood. It's an old flower that hoverflies go for. It's what people call a weed. It's something we used to eat, and so I let it grow there. I mean, it's really not taking up much space, is it? Here's evening primrose. I like this plant, and one, it attracts moths, and I love watching moths. It attracts moths at night. It lets out a scent at night time, and this will keep growing to about late August, September, and that's when Bombus horticorum will start coming into it. Mallows, you can see, I keep that. It's such a constructive plant. This is called perennial cornflower. You see there's a tree wasp coming in on it. I'm guessing it's a tree wasp without looking, because I know from past experience how much the tree wasps like it, and we have a tree wasp nest somewhere. Now, contrary to belief, wasps are really good for nature. They're very much persecuted, and that's because, of course, they sting. Sometimes they go to people's houses. We've been lucky not to have them come in our house. But yeah, wasps are very constructive. They give their young green fly, so they're another one that cuts down green fly. And here goes a bee again in the mallow. And they are good pollinators as well. This is Angie's blackcurrant patch. As you see, the leaves are really unhealthy looking, aren't they? And this happens every year. There's blackcurrants and redcurrants in here. This is a brilliant plantation. We've got magpie moths around here that feeds on blackcurrants. We've got lots of bees. Bombus pretorum comes in, feeds on the pollen in blackcurrants and nectar. So, and when the currants come out like crazy, there's a heck of a lot of currants that come out of this patch, and it's enough to feed us people, because Angie's kind enough to share her efforts, and it feeds a lot of birds. We have a heck of a lot of birds. Really can't complain. We're not without. I'll take it up this patch. If you see over there, it had suckers of raspberries, which wasn't very fruitful. So I cleared this patch out, started to grow chard, and I cannot take these out. These are teasels, and they're brilliant for goldfinch in the autumn months, and the early spring they'll still have seeds then. Brilliant for those geezers. Don't like to grow too many of them, because along our road and several places in the garden we've got them, and as you see here, there's pools of water, and very often insects will fall into these pools of water and drown. You get the odd hoverfly, a bee, going into it. You see here spiders, a lot of flies go down. There's, if you look at there, you see loads of little insects in there. But I mean, that's nature, isn't it? And it would naturally grow, so, you know, there's no point in being against something because it kills something, because it also gives a heck of a lot of life. You get Bombus, I think it was Bombus terrestris stroke leucerum. Unless you've seen the queens, you really cannot say it's either or either of those bees, because it's a fallacy that Bombus terrestris, so it's got a buff tail. It can have quite a wide